in water fasting for myself, for sure, and also I doubt many people have been here at the 20-day mark. Today is 20 days, and all I have consumed for 20 days is water, liquid water, and coffee. And we're going to talk about the price of coffee in the Philippines just jumped up 13+%. But the first thing I want to show you is a picture of myself 20 days ago. And when I come back, I have to get a bottle of ice water. I put a lemon in it. And let me show you. I also ordered Kirkland multivitamins from Lazada. If you guys, I've never taken vitamins before in my life. And that's probably why I look so good. Because I don't know that the vitamins do anything for you at the end of the day. I think hard work, plenty of sunshine, and the fact of knowing that you're a real man inside maintains my physique. Well, not really my physique, but my mental acuity. I've never taken, like somebody would say, do you have vitamins? Oh, yeah, I got a vitamin. And I would have a bottle of 100 vitamins for 5 years. And then one day you'd look in the bottle, and the vitamins would be melted. So, no, I don't take vitamins. But this is a picture, a real picture of myself 20 days ago. So I'll let you feast on this picture. It's pretty. I gotta tell you, it's not great. Show Louis Pagan Ponce. Way we don't even have a pot. I must say, it was a great chemistry between you all last night. Enjoyed every bit of it. So I'll give Louis. Thank you, Louis. Thank you. And you know what, Louis? I have a new invigorating mental capacity to do shows now that I'm lighter, believe it or not. And Aloe and I have had. So before we go any further, Louis Pagan Ponce and I have been very good friends for quite a few years. Okay, he's been watching me for a long time. A lot of people have watched me for a long time, but Louis and I became friends a while back, and we laugh a lot. Laughter is a good thing for us to go through in life. Laughter of American mindsets, of people with a understanding of proper business, an understanding of proper how to be someone's friend, which is really not a common thing on YouTube. Good morning. Hey, Mike Dowdy. See, there's another American that could understand what I'm saying, even more so than Louis. Because I try to make Louis understand what it's like living here. It's almost impossible to make people understand. And the language barrier prevents us from having banter back and forth. And I'll go over that when I come back from getting my water. Mike Dowdy is an American. He lives here, and I am certain that he will confirm that to have a back and forth conversation here is rare. Most of the people you can do that with are doctors, lawyers, or other professionals. Some of the higher up in the police, because some police don't speak much English at all. They have to learn it at some point. Like, for instance, I went to a Coast Guard office the other day, and I knocked on the door, and the Coast Guard agent came out. And I had been there once before, but no one was at the office. And I started speaking to him. And this is what they do here. This is what happens when you start speaking to a Filipino or Filipina that has some knowledge of the language. They will listen to you, very attentively listen to you. Like when I knocked on the Coast Guard officer's door, I said, "Sir, my name is Michael Fazio. Introduce yourself." That's the proper way to meet somebody. Not just proper because I say it, it's proper to introduce yourself in your name, because then they feel a little bit more open to the conversation. Lewis says, the common local culture banter is different. Right. We'll talk about that momentarily, because after the fiesta, that's when the real friends get together and have a conversation. During the fiesta, there's 100 people all over the place, all over the property. So just look at this picture. This was me 20 days ago. I need to get water. I've been dry since I had coffee at 6 o'clock. Hold on a minute. Look at that. So that's me 20 days ago. And what you should notice, keep in mind, is this belly here, right here, is touching this piece of wood right here. It's touching the wood. And that's me 20 days ago. And you can see in my face how fat my face was as well. Well, I got to get water. I got to get water, and I got to get a pot, because we're going to be banging pots for no reason today. Because I can. That's why. In case you wonder. Because I can, I will. So don't worry about it. I'll take care of that part of it. I'll bang the pot, and you will look at my pictures of my belly. So let me zoom in on that, and then I will show you what I look like today. Let's zoom in on that. See the belly? Okay. The belly is touching this piece of wood. And I had been on a pork diet, I had been on the meat-only diet for about a month before this. And when I started, my belly was touching this piece of wood here. So there was 2 more inches of belly. When the belly was this big, it was 58.5 inches. When the belly was this big over here, touching the wood, it was about 56 inches. And now the belly is 48 inches. So from the time I took that picture, I lost 8 inches off my waist by drinking water only. And this has about 5 calamansi limes in this water. That's why it's yellow. And this is all I'm drinking, nothing else, except coffee. I'm really thirsty. Hold on a minute. That's really cold. That's really cold. I put it in the freezer when I woke up this morning. That's all I could take. Plus, my belly is almost full, actually, from that little bit of water. So, okay, so let's go back to Barnum and Bailey Circus over here. And I look like hey, that's a stud. Hey, Flying Circus, my friend. How are you, man? How the heck are you? Eureka, says Lewis. Well, Eureka, that deserves a freaking pot banging. Eureka, that's a big word. That's a big word. Eureka! We've struck skinny, baby. Eureka. So, Eureka, that's a big word for a lot of people. There's going to be people on YouTube that are going to have to research that word. Eureka is like, Eureka, we've struck gold. It's a very happy, pleasant, it's a salutation to the gods. It's a salutation to the gods. And we lost, okay. So we had, okay, today is Saturday. If we get a blackout, we had a blackout this morning at 6 o'clock until 6:37 this morning. Let me show you my current belly size. Just take a look at this one more time. If I was fasting, I wouldn't have went through painful gout. You're having a problem. I don't know what gout is. If you want to explain it and put a link up, I don't know anything about it. I know a guy that had gout. I heard my mom and dad talking about it when I was about 15 years old. And that might be the only time I ever heard about that. I don't know much about gout. Please, is that the same thing that you put in between the tile on the floor? Gout? So here, let's look at this belly from 20 days ago. From 20 days ago to now, let's look at the belly, the belly wood here. Let's look at how the belly touches the wood now. I'll put the light on. Now, I don't know how long we're going to have internet, but this is the belly now. Now, this is the same, I'm backed up against the same desk behind me, and now, instead of touching the wood like that, now I lean back and just slightly touch the wood behind me, and there's a whole inch between here and here, a full solid inch, about an inch worth of space here. Before, it was like this. 2 months ago, the belly touched the wood like that 2 months ago. And at that time, I was 130 kilos. Whatever that comes out to. 130 kilos. I think it was 200 and my highest weight was 278 pounds. If that's 130 kilos, that's what my highest weight was when I was like this. And could barely walk. I could barely walk. I had a lot of trouble going up and down steps. And then I went on an all pork diet, pork, cheese, and eggs, and I lost 10 kilos. I went down to 121 kilos. But that took several months of just eating pork. So I was eating about 300 $6 worth of pork every day, about a kilo of pork and a dozen eggs. But that was problematic because that diet became problematic. And now let me show you my waist in measurement. You could see I'm starting to get a six-pack again. You can, if you could see with the light, let me show you how the light. See? Oh, you could see it now. You see? 1 6-pack, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you could see the 6-pack is coming back. I mean, I'm sure I can see it in the shadows. It's hiding. It's like somebody putting a six-pack in a brown paper bag, but it's there. See, one line, two lines, three lines. I got a three-pack. Right now, I got a three-pack. But it was like that. It was big like that, big belly like that, all the way to the wood. But now, the three-pack, I got a three-pack now. I got a six-pack on delivery. So let me show you the waist. I started out on this diet, showing you people with the ruler that I had 56-inch waist. And now I have a 48-inch waist. If I grab it just right, you gotta get it right around the belly button, because that's the smallest part, the belly button, right there. But what does that say? 48 inches. We'll do it again because there'll be a doubting Thomas on here that will say, you didn't measure it right. You moved your finger. So, you lying. You never gave Nanai her money. There'll always be somebody in the peanut gallery. So, okay, so here's the band right here. Little slack. Take up the slack. Grab it like that. And then I show it to you. 48 inches. I don't know if it went off camera, because we don't want the peanut gallery to get confused. This is a true story. This is not like I'm going to collect money now for Christmas and give it to my constituents as presents around Christmas time, but I'm collecting money in August for Christmas. And then a week later, I want to thank all my constituents for the money that you gave me. We spent all of that money at S&R. I just want to... So that guy is a very much of a doubting Thomas. So let's get this on video. All right, you see this? It's slack right there. I'm not leaning up against anything. I'll take a 1/4 inch of slack out of there. Then I'll turn this around and bring it over to you. And I can't see what that is. Yeah, the constituents. I want to collect money for Christmas, and we spent that money at S&R. Okay, so right there, just under 48 inches. That's 48. So it's 47 3/4. So I lost 8.25 inches. 8.25 inches off my waist in 20 days. And the doctor's visit was 3 days ago. At that point, I had lost 26 pounds in 17 days. So if it's 20 days, I'm going to say I lost 3 more pounds. So I put down 30 in the title. Now, it's not for everybody, this fast. We're going to get back to the banter. Remind me about the Filipino banter in a minute. First, I want to read the comments. My mouth is still very dry. Hold on. Now, if we get disconnected, it's because they're what they have put in place is they have put electrical generators that now service most of Bohol for most of the day, which is a great thing. It's a really great thing. So the coal-fired plant shuts down at 6 a.m. The power goes off one Saturday every month for 9 years I'm here. One Saturday. It used to go off from 6 a.m. sometimes till 11 or 12 o'clock at night. But now, with the modern technology for cleaning everything, it goes off for 12 hours, 10 hours, or 9 hours. So just letting you know, if it goes off, it's could be two things. It takes them, once the coal-fired power plant goes off, it takes approximately anywhere from 45 seconds to 2 or 3 minutes to unswitch the coal-fired plant and switch in the diesel generators. Okay, I'm going to the comments. I see somebody said congratulations, but without my glasses, that's all I could see. So let's go. And by the way, I have these pair of glasses that are brand new that I don't use because, number one, I can only see further than 2 feet away with these. This is from 2 feet away to distance, and they work fine. These, well, quite expensive. And then I have 12 other pairs of these, but not reinforced concrete glasses. These have a steel wedge, a steel cutting nail in here, and then it's wrapped with nylon, like on the side. Then it has epoxy, and then there's a small 6-penny nail in here across the bridge, and then there's more nylon and epoxy around the frame. And then there's holes drilled through here with wire. These are structural steel glasses. I can afford new glasses, but if I couldn't afford new glasses, I'm sure I could bang apart. Oh, so moving on. Let me read the comments. I get a little bit ahead of myself. Let's go back over here. So one more shot of the beast from the east. And that's something else I'd like to talk about. All these people that talk about, I lived in New York. I'm from New York. Hey, if you didn't live in the 5 boroughs, you didn't live in New York. I don't care if you spent your whole life visiting the 5 boroughs. If you weren't physically, your address wasn't in one of the 5 boroughs, you didn't live in New York. It's not complicated. It's like I went to California and lived there from September of 1979 to February of 1981, and I moved in with my Filipina girlfriend, Chrissy Oropeza, but I didn't live in California. I lived in California for sure. So if you didn't live in the 5 boroughs, you never lived in New York. Stop saying you lived in New York. If you lived in Mamaroneck, it's close to New York, but it's not the same thing. You people with your exaggerated lies. And let's get back to the video at hand here. So I heard some very, very disturbing mental problems on YouTube about. I heard it last night. There was some videos made yesterday about. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's go to this video so I can see the comments on this page. And then let's go to this video, and then we're going to go to the video where I was accused of stealing money from my good friend Nanai, who's 83 years old, going on 84. And that is a psychosis that someone has in their head that allows them to say that after 6 years about talking about my friend Nanai, 6 years of Nanai walking past the house, 6 years of you people seeing that Nanai is an elderly woman, because the first time you ever saw her, she was 75 or 76 years old. And there's a man with a psychosis, a psychotic break he had, saying that maybe I was this is true, maybe I was collecting money for Nanai because I was trying to get smitten with Nanai. That's a psychotic break from reality. Anybody that follows that mental state of consciousness has to do so only for humiliation and humor. One, because they find it humorous, and secondly, to mock him in the form of humiliation. Why would somebody say that Michael Thomas Fazio was collecting money for Nanai, and I don't know who Nanai is after 7 years, because maybe he wants to get smitten with Nanai because he's never been with a woman before. Well, let me correct myself. He's never been with a woman and had a relationship with a woman. That's a psychotic break, folks. That's a man who has had a separation of mental acuity from reality. That's a psychotic, that's a real thing, psychotic. In fact, before I even go to the comments, let's look up psychotic break, shall we? Yeah, let's do that. Not surprised. Hey, Freebird, my buddy, thanks for stopping by. If you guys are lovers of, PSY CHOTIC, psychotic break. Let's make sure that Michael Thomas Fazio is telling you the truth. Okay, all right, there we go. Symptoms. It's symptoms of schizophrenia. Let's see what we looked up. We looked up psychotic breakdown symptoms. There we go. So this, by saying that Nanai was receiving money from Michael Thomas Fazio, and then saying maybe because Michael Thomas Fazio wanted to be smitten with Nanai. This is a psychotic break. Let's read. I tell you what, let's go back up here. Let's go. You guys want to pick one of these? Somebody post one of them. Why would a man who wasn't sure if he was married not qualify? He had that problem too. He did. He had that problem too. But he's friends with all the authorities, so you gotta cut him the slack, because I have friends in high places. Michael Thomas Fazio wanted to be smitten with Nanai. So you guys pick one of these, write it down in the comments. I'm gonna go to the comments now. The common culture banter is different. This fast is really working. Haven't seen you in a while. Looking good. Says boo-hoo, thank you. That's a stud. That's the Flying Circus is being a real jerk now. I was fasting. If I was fasting, I wouldn't have gone through gout, says Flying Circus. One word is pain. Gotta run. You have an email. Okay, buddy, thanks. Somebody get Michelangelo to make a statue of that physique. Louis, you're always with the banter and the snide remarks. Bruce Davis says, hello, Mr. Fazio, good morning. Good morning, Bruce Davis. Thank you for stopping by. I saw your comment the other day, Bruce, but I forgot to address it. Okay? Somebody get that man an Oscar. That was an award-winning performance. Not surprised at all. Freebird follows all the heavyweights in the YouTube genre. I saw you on the one and only Allo De Winter show the other day. Allo De Winter, my friend, my hero, my confidant. Allo De Winter, Louis Pagan Ponce, Scott Del Fuego, Dennis Adams, DNC, and of course, many, many others whose names I won't mention, who are working right now behind the scenes with expat trash to put something together for a future show for the Giga Ego. Number 5. Louis Pagan Ponce. He's doing with the little hit and runs here. I am quite frankly disappointed with Pelican Arms. He constantly makes up stuff that people are talking about. His woman creating drama so he can be a man and come to her defense. However, let's go right to Louis Pagan Ponce's bottom. However, when someone specifically put his woman in place for comments she made, he ignores it completely, saying now he has thick skin. I saw that, Louis Pagan Ponce. Louis Pagan Ponce is being a real honest, objective human being here. I am quite frankly disappointed with Pelican Arms. Quite frankly disappointed with Pelican Arms. He constantly makes up stuff that people are talking about his woman. Although he says you can't own a woman. Creating drama so he can be a man. That I don't understand. You had a psychotic break there when you said so he can be a man. That's a psychotic break. Ladies and gentlemen, let me inform you. This is a borderline psychotic break where Louis Pagan Ponce said, I am quite frankly disappointed with Pelican Arms. 2 slights in one sentence. He constantly makes up stuff that people are talking about his woman. That's nonsense. About making stuff up, about having your woman in the spotlight when you put her in the spotlight. But then Louis has a psychotic break in the next sentence. His woman creating drama so he can be a man and come to her defense. That part is truly first stage psychotic break. His woman creating drama, and this is the psychotic break, so he can be a man? What the heck are you talking about, Louis Pagan Ponce? Why would you put all of those words in one sentence? Maybe a so-called man, a possible man, a reflection of a man in a mirror at night, but not a man. Flying Circus says Jeffrey Dahmer was friends with e-guards too. Ha ha, the authorities. That's right. That's true, Michael. Mike Dowdy, again, with a major comment down here. Mike Dowdy says, the orange recluse has been separated from reality for a long time, living in his fiefdom of seclusion and isolation hasn't helped his mental health either. Mick Fisher! Oh! 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 We get excited when we see a real man that has proven his real man entry fees, paid them in full. Mick Fisher. Ding, 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 ding. Thank you for stopping by, Mick Fisher. A true, and also I want to give a secondary shout out to now we have two men in the chat, 3 men in the chat, 4 men in the chat that donated bigly to Nanai's 4F Fund, Fazio's Food Fund Fiesta. Fazio's Fiesta Food Fund. We have Mick Fisher, big time donator. Mike Dowdy, big time donator. Flying Circus, big time donator. And of course, Louis Pagan Ponce, big time donators. Thank you very much. Mick Fisher, I'm sure it would behoove you to know that I was accused of stealing Nanai's money. But we'll go there in a moment. Let me finish reading the comment. I always like when Mick Fisher comes here because Mick Fisher is a special kind of man. He's at least like Louis and Mike Dowdy, at least alpha, possibly Mick Fisher is sigma. I would say I would be an alpha. Mick Fisher, because of his calm and mellow demeanor, because inside his head he had a plan. That's sigma. I am not sigma. Mick Fisher is closer, or might even be a full-on sigma male. Because not only did he go against the mainstream thought process and say hello to Michael Fazio, when so many people that we both know said, don't do it. He's nuts. Mick Fisher said, you know what? I'm going to do it anyway. That's alpha plus sigma. Because then he went so far as to donate to the channel for the 4F Fund, the Fazio Fiesta Food Fund Drive. So let's go to finish. I want to show you I was accused of stealing Nanai's money. That's the only reason Aloe, not Popeye at all. He laughs at his own stuff. It isn't funny. Yeah, that fake laugh. That fake laugh. You know, I was written a letter the other day about him. The reason he will never, ever meet up with anybody is because he's not going to be in control of the situation. And the person who wrote me has a degree in psychology and said that it's a major NPD. That was what he put, but I happen to know what that means. Narcissistic personality disorder. That narcissists, if at all possible, will never put themselves in a position that they're not in total control of. That's why he will never meet with anybody. He will never meet with anybody ever unless it's a controlled environment. and he changes the goalposts. Let's get back to Nanai's. Let's get back to Nan. I want to show you the video for those of you who missed it the other day. Louis Paganpont says, come to think about it, the little fella is truly a prisoner in Jimmy's compound. Let's go. I would have to agree with that. Let's go over here. Let's go back. Oh, I can't show you that part. Let's go back to my content, because we have a lot of videos that we copied and pasted, because some videos were a little different than others. Oh yeah, I'm glad. Boy, if I would have put that in the, whoa, the little fella, he would have been really, really upset. Here we go. Let's go over here. Let's go open this video. I'm thinking to myself, what if I look up and all that stuff is on the screen? That would be embarrassing. Yeah, there was a, let's go over here. Here is the description, so you know, if you care. The 12-inch by 18-inch picture fee was 800 pesos, plus an additional 750 pesos, or 1550. Now, I took 1,000 pesos out. That's in a video with the family, telling the family that I was taking 1,000 out for the picture. I said, should I give Nanai 6,000 pesos, or should I give her 5,000 and get a family portrait for the wall that I paid for last year, and they didn't put the portrait on the wall. So they said, you get the picture. Now, I didn't pay for their portrait specifically, but at the fiesta, at Nanai's birthday, at Nanai's birthday, I was in Vietnam on the fiesta date. On Nanai's birthday, when this picture was taken, I was in Vietnam last August. On Nanai's birthday, I took a picture, and one of the children, the daughter, said, you make a picture. You make a picture for Nanai. You make a picture. Like 6 times she repeated it. I said, well, you have a brand new 3 million peso Tahoe Jeep Wrangler or something like that. You make the picture. Here's the money. And I gave it to Nanai. And the woman, maybe Nanai didn't understand what the money was for, and the daughter didn't make the picture. So this year, that wasn't going to happen again. Nanai's 83. How many more years do we have to make the picture? Probably not enough. I hope we're going to enjoy this video. This video is at Aldea Photo. And here we are, but I got to get the sound. So I'm in the Aldea Photo Studio with your donations. These are the picture frames options. This picture frame here is 12 by 18, 750 pesos. The picture, as you're going to see now, is 800 pesos. So I spent 1,550, and I only deducted 1,000 from the 6,000, but that's okay. But the one who had the psychotic break, he said I stole Nanai's money, and he's probably given Nanai money because he's smitten with Nanai and wants to have a relationship with her. That's a psychotic break. Let's watch this video. Ready? Go. Aldea Photos. And we are getting the portrait made. Oh, we got to go back. Got to go back. I pushed the wrong button. Instead of pushing the button on the screen to show you the video, I push the change the direction of the camera. Here we go. Ready? And we are getting the portrait made. And there's the family portrait. Nana in the green dress. The daughter and the sons flank the daughter and Nana, left and right. For the family, Nana's family, and it's going to be a 12-inch high by 18-inch wide portrait, and it will take 1 week to process. Yeah? Oh, 1 week. Thanks for watching. I'm being Permian to my subscribers. Again, salamat much. Bye-bye for now. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at... Okay, so there you have the psychotic break that I stole the money. That's now has been disavowed. But we have one more video where I gave Nanai the money. For the man who had a psychotic break, let's try to put him back on track. Let's try to put him back on track. So what I got to do now, and then I'll go right back to the comments, and then we're going back to Filipino banter and what it means. So, let's do another 30-second video. This is the man who had the psychotic break also said that I did not go to the doctor. So here is all right, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. I don't think I pushed the right button. Okay, here's me at the doctor. And the doctor said, you, Michael, perfect. Everything is A-okay. Blood pressure down 35 points. Systolic. Low, the diastolic down 39 points. 39 points. 35 points for the high from 185 to 150. No blood medicine, none at all in 1 month since I started the diet. So I went from 185 over 139 to 150 over 100. 35 points on the high end, 39 points on the low end. Well, let's get the video of me at the doctor's office so that the man who had the psychotic break, the man with the psychotic break. Okay, so here is the words I put in the description box of the visitation to the hospital. Here is the link, and then we'll watch the video. The truth is, in 18 days on my water fast only diet, which the man with the psychotic break said, you're eating food. No, I'm not, dude. Okay, I went to the doctor yesterday. Proof of that is the date that the video was published, August 30th, right there. And you can check that in the description of the video. I went to the doctor yesterday and weighed in at 109.5 kilos with shoes on. I lost 12 kilos in 18 days. And I am now 26.5 pounds less weight. So down 25% of my original goal to see the mayor of losing 100 pounds is now in video proof format. Now I have, we're gonna go here, and this is the video. Wait a second, let's make sure. I don't want to show, there's a video I don't want to show people. And there's a reason for that. All right. So, I think, Okay, we got one more to close out. I think this is it. Okay, nope, this is it right here. Okay, nope, that's not it. Oh boy, this is tough. Okay, this is the doctor's office. Let's open this up in a new link. YouTube is doing some strange stuff. YouTube put my channel name, which has nothing to do with my Skype at all. It changed. I called up Scott Del Fuego. His name is Scott Del Fuego. It put my channel name under his name. He saw it as well. That's not. So now I know what it is. Google, Skype, Messenger, Facebook, WhatsApp, Yahoo Mail, and Google Mail are now all connected. All. So let's go to the video. Why can't we get that open? All right, we're having a lot of trouble here with this. It should be. I open this. I close this. See? This is not. I closed out this window 3 times. And now I press the button. Okay, we got it now. Okay, let's skip the advertisement. Here I am in the hospital. It's just a 30-second video. This is for the man who had those multiple psychotic breaks this week. We are in the doctor's office now at the scale with a very, very, very kind nurse, an Indian lady. They have such great protocol. The Filipina and Filipino doctors in the hospital, they're educated and they have great people skills. So here is an Indian doctor. We're in the hospital. We're in the hospital. Wait, 108.5. There we are. Oh, 108.5 kilos. Oh, that's even more than 26 pounds. I thought it was 109 kilos. Let's zoom in on that. I can't see it. Let's get... That's 8 right there, yeah? Unless I'm wrong. It's 108.5. So actually, on this day, the title of this video is wrong. It should have read 13 kilos loss. And I had my shoes on. So actually, let's look up. Wow. Let's finish watching this video. 5 kilos. Yes? I make 108.5 kilos. Yes? Omega? 108.5, yeah? So I lost 11.5 kilos. 11.5 kilos. 11.5 kilos in 19 days. Thanks for watching. And I'm Ben Kermie from the Philippines, baby. Talk about blunders. When I read it on the screen, I thought it was 109.5. In fact, I believe that's what she wrote down. It's 108.5. So let's take, I was 121 kilos. So that's 11 to 10, 12 and a half kilos, 12 and a half kilo loss at that day. Well, let's find out what 12 and a half kilos is. Unless Dennis Adam is here. Let's put it in. I'll do it quick. 12.5 kilos in pounds. is 27.5, not 26.5. So that's 27.5 kilos. That was 3 days ago. So my 30-pound weight loss is probably accurate because I've not eaten anything at all in 3 days, just water. So 12.5 equals. So the fella with the psychotic break, that's my weight loss on day 17 or 18. Okay, well, let's go back here. And we have one more quick video, and then I'll go to the comments. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to shut that window down. We're going to go shut that window down. We're going to open up the video of Nanai receiving 5,000 pesos. And you can't see what's on my screen. No, you cannot. Here it is, right here. Nanai receives 6,000 pesos, pasalubong. Okay, let's go here. Okay, this is the information. It's also in the video description, in the comments section. My subscribers gave 6,000 pesos for Nanai Fiesta and include the following. John Blaze, $20. Ladder Retirement, $10. Sim, $10. Bentayan Brawler, $50. Tuna Kahuna, $20. Scott D, $5. Louis Pagan Ponce, $5. Scott D, $2. Mike Dowdy, $10 through PayPal. Scott D, an additional $2. Dennis Adam, $5. Louis Pagan Ponce, $50. Alan Sturba, $2. Lotta Retirement, another $10. Jim Alver, $10 through PayPal. Simulacron, $20. Dennis Adam, an additional $5. Flying Circus, first, FIRST, don't know ever in the history of his channel, in the history of his channel, his name, his persona. First, don't know ever. Flying Circus donated $10. Flying Circus, $10. Louis Pagan Ponce. One of these was a 50, one was a 10. This was a 10, Louis Pagan Ponce. Mick Fisher, 50. So Louis donated 10 up here and 50 down here, or vice versa. Mick Fisher, $50. He was the last person to super chat that I had noted. But we have to add Louis Pagan Ponce. Louis Pagan Ponce. Louis gave an additional, after the fact, of $5. Louis gave an additional $5. I didn't put the other people's numbers down because I was in a hurry. And there was somebody else, and I apologize, gave $2 after Louis. No, I'm wrong. It was Dennis Adam. Dennis gave another $5. Okay, let's save that. Let's go to the video of me giving Nanai her money. This is for the man with the psychotic break with friends in high places. Let's get that video up and running.
Listen, you're a great guy, but you're not big. There can't be a more humiliating sentence for a guy. Coming from a girl he just shared the bed with?
Skip
Ladies and gentlemen.
All right, so this is my favorite part. This is my blue rag. This is my blue rag. And here we go. This is a famous bench now. This bench is actually famous. It had Nanai Super Chat on this bench. Watch what happens. Now, Nanai does not know even what YouTube is, okay? So don't expect hugs and kisses from Nanai. She's an 83-year-old Filipina. She's the sweetest lady that I know, and she even gave some of your Super Chat to a needy family on the block. Let's watch this.
In the house now, and Nanai is over by the foods, but she does not wish to be in the video. Nanai, mein Buntag, Nanai. No, you in the video. We have my friends from YouTube. You explain this to her, Barrio. Can you explain this to Nanai, please? Barrio.
So this lady here, the psychotic break guy, this is the lady that you accused me of being smitten with. You definitely had a psychotic break. You definitely had a psychotic break. You definitely need assistance, in my opinion. This lady, who everybody in the neighborhood loves, who feeds several hundred people, that I have many videos of, who's the nicest lady that I know, and my landlord, and you know who she is, and you say, I don't know who Nanai is. This psychotic break fella said, I don't know who this lady Nanai is, but I think Fazio is smitten with her because he wants to have a relationship with Nanai. Do you have any idea what's wrong with your inside of your head? Has it ever occurred to you to go seek an evaluation? You really, in my opinion, need to get evaluated. To say that this woman is a woman, this 83-year-old woman is a woman that I'm smitten with, that you've seen 100 times on camera, walking by and me talking to Nanai, to even say that I wanted to have a relationship with her, it's just wrong in so many ways. And the few people that are going to watch that video of you saying that, they agree. So let's watch the rest of it. Let's give Nanai her money.
So we are and she asked me to come early this morning before the people start coming for the foods, because she doesn't understand. Nanai does not understand YouTube. So there's people in the back preparing food for the other people. And this is where the portrait that I will have made up this week, this is where the portrait will go on this wall here. Barriot, you explain this to Nanai, Polyhope?
Explain it.
Nanai. Please. You explain.
She's so busy, she's really not paying attention. At 8, I was there about 8 o'clock in the morning. There's already people outside that she's trying to get fed.
We have a present, a pasalubong from YouTube. We have a present.
Thank you. Wow.
Wow.
Halakain mo, mangkupakanan.
Okay, so there you have it. 5,000 pesos in the vase. And it was always agreed with the family, and I've said it 100 times, that I'm going to get a portrait made, not 100, but I probably said it 8 or 10 times in my videos that I'm going to take out 1,000, and I took out the 1,000. So to the man who had a psychotic break, dude, you really need to get that addressed. It would be good for you to get that done. I've talked to Scott about it. Scott said there are certain types of doctors that may not be able to help somebody, but they said that's a very difficult. NPD is a very difficult disorder to. Let's go back is a very difficult disorder to address on a professional basis. Very, very difficult. Let's go back to the comments. All right, let's go to the comments first. I got to be real careful. I got stuff up on the screen that's going out to people. I don't want you to see it first. I want the people that see it to be surprised. So let's go here. Let's close that window down. Okay, let's close down. Oh, well, we could go here. So this video...
Grammarly has become such a lifesaver for me when writing.
This video, you can go here for the man who had the psychotic break. This is the date. Somewhere over here. August 29th. The fiesta was August 30th. The fiesta was August 28th, August 29th, August 30th, August 31st as well. But only I was invited for the 4th day. And an immediate family, nobody else. So let's close out that window. Let's go back to the comments. We're going back to the comments. So now it has been confirmed there was a portrait made for 1,550 pesos. The money was given to Nanai, and no money was stolen. Louis Pagan Pence says, McFish's presence created a Bermuda Triangle effect. Same shirt travels. Navigational devices were spinning uncontrollably. That's right. That day that happened, Mick Fisher created a vortex on YouTube. Frames are expensive here. And the frame for $15 or $14 is a piece of plastic, well made. And you got to understand, it has a border, a 1-inch white border. It has the frame. It has probably a plastic front. I didn't care because that's what it is. And it also has to be shipped. So it's $14. I thought it was an okay. Hey, Philip Janik talking about Sigma males. I thought $14 for the frame was reasonable. Philip Janik, thank you for stopping by. Now, he's a Sigma male. He doesn't care what anybody says. He does his own thing. He talks good about somebody if he likes them and doesn't talk bad about somebody if he doesn't like them. He has more Sigma male qualities than I do, that's for sure. The great Michael Fazio, says Philip John. So the Sigma male qualities are quietness in the face of adversarial pursuit. Because like Mick Fisher, in his quiet time, when he met up with his potential adversary, he was very cool and calm, like a cucumber. And he was a Sigma male all the way. in real life. I witnessed that. We're all going to get together in Bahal. That would be great. Boy, you know what? By October, let's see, by September, it's 20 days now. By my birthday, will be 45 days. Another 5 till October, 50 days. We're talking 60 days out. I might be ready in 60 days. I might be 80 or 90 pounds lighter. I could be more. At the current rate of 1.2 pounds a day, 60 days, that's 75 pounds. Let's look that up. 60 times 1.2 would be 72 kilos. That's just 72. And pounds would be how much? Okay, that's wrong. That's wrong. It would be, if I lost a pound a day, it would be 85 days, 85 pounds. Let's go pounds to kilo, 85. Well, that would be 85 pounds. I'd be really close to my 100. That would be 40 kilos. By the time mid-October comes, I could probably have a slice of pizza or a hamburger. I might not. It depends on everybody's schedule. I sure would hate to have all these people come and visit me and dish out free shirts, free on-time backhoe, free Zoloft Craft, the shirt of their choice, and not have some sort of a snack with the friends that came all the way from another country. Let's go to schizophrenia, because the psychotic break, that happened. So Flying Circus said 5 stages of psychosis. Let's go here. So this talking about me having a personal relationship with Nanai, that's a psychotic episode or disorder, will result in the presence of one or more of the following 5 categories. Delusions. He had a delusion. Me having a relationship other than friends with Nanai, that's delusional. Hallucination, that's true. When he talks about people talking about his woman and no one's talking about his woman, that's delusion. Disorganized thought, that should have been at the top. I got to call that site up and have them redirect. What I got to do, I'll let you read that. I got to get water. I'm dry yet. Wow. Number 3 should have been number 1. Well, no, number 4, disorganized behavior. Oh, my God. This guy with the psychotic break, these covered them all. All avenues and negative symptoms. God, never was a more true statement made. Negative symptoms? Oh, my God. Oh, my God, Magnum. Oh, my God, Magnum. Negative symptoms. Oh, my God, Magnum. Negative symptoms. Oh, my God, Magnum. Negative symptoms. Holy macaroni and cheese. Holy macaroni and cheese, Batman. Holy guacamole cheese, Batman. Batman, Batman. And my friend Batman sent me a real man shirt. Watch this. Always be yourself, unless you can be Batman. Then always be Batman. Batman. Batman, Batman. I heard stories about Batman. He's been lurking on the Philippines airline sites. Batman was coming. I said to him, why don't you just take the Bat Jet? And Batman told me the Bat Jet is getting stored in the cargo hold of Philippines Airlines. And the Bat Jet reduces down to like a cargo trunk, small trunk, 2 feet by 3 feet by 5 feet long. The whole Bat Jet. Then when he gets there, he's going to take the Bat Jet out of the Bat Box. Oh, man, am I thirsty? Hold on a minute. More. This is five calamansi, the juice and the seeds. Am I cheating? Psychotic break, man? If I eat the seeds, am I cheating? You really have some problems, dude. Oh, that's cold. That froze my throat. Man. I keep it in the freezer. I put it in the freezer at about 5:30 this morning. Well, no. I got up at 5:15, so it's been in the freezer for 5 hours. You know that the guy with the psychotic break problem, he said, you should drink 2.5 liters of water. It'll stretch your stomach. But in fact, well, it would do that. That's for sure. But it might kill you. Nobody in this world should ever, unless you're like a 6'8" man, nobody should ever drink more than 1 liter of water at a time. You should let your body digest the water. I'm not kidding you about that. It can kill you, especially if you drink it all at once. It puts the body in. I talked to the doctor about this the other day. He said it puts the body in a state of catatonic stress, I think he called it. It puts the body in shock. And they call it water drowning, internal water drowning. So to the man with the psychotic break, that's one more on the list of things that need to be addressed. Psychotic break guy. Why would you say that? I mean, are you that angry at the world that you have to go around giving people information that would be harmful? You just wait. You wait to see when Batman gets there, what he does. I heard stories. Let's go back over here. So I want to, okay, I can go back here. Psychotic. What is the first stage of psychosis? Let's check this out. Let's see who, without names, who qualifies for this. What is the first stage of psychosis syndrome? There may be changes in the way people describe their feelings or thoughts and perceptions, which become more difficult over time. So that would mean if one day I say, I'm going to collect Super Chat and give it out to people at Christmas time, and then I collect Super Chat, and I take that Super Chat and spend it on food, that would be changes in the way some people describe their feelings. First, they collected Super Chat for donations around Christmas time in August. Then, a few days later, they changed that story to use the Super Chat to buy much needed food. That's what it means. So now, let's go to what are levels of a psychotic episode. What are the levels? Although psychosis is highly individual experience, whoa, a typical psychotic episode progresses through 3 distinct stages. The prodromal phase, the acute phase, and the recovery. Well, there is no recovery possible. This psychotic episode event has gone where no psychotic episode event has ever gone before. To say that Michael Thomas Fazio was smitten with Nanai. Dude, that's just wrong. We discussed the prodromal phase in length in a blog post. Okay, so let's go back here. Let's put this back up. What triggers the psychosis? Oh, YouTube. I'm surprised it didn't say YouTube. YouTube psychosis. YouTube appears as a result of YouTube from a complex YouTube combination of YouTube genetic risk differences in the YouTube section of the brain development and YouTube exposure to stresses on YouTube or trauma on YouTube. Psychosis may be a symptom of mental illness, such as schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, or severe depression. So basically, it has to do with stress. Oh, and there's a lot of stress there. Oh, God, oh. We call it the winter stress factor. What is the best treatment for psychosis? Oh, God, you're not going to, I can tell you right now, we're not going to come to a conclusion here. Antipsychotic medicines, also known as neuroleptics, are usually recommended as a first treatment of psychosis. They work by blocking the effect of dopamine, a chemical that transmits messages in the brain. Now, I don't know what any of that means. I've never saw that word neuroleptics before. I don't know exactly what dopamine is. I don't really know what those words mean. And what are the warning signs? Oh, okay. Remember the man who has the psychotic breaks. Can lack of sleep cause psychosis? Whoa. Whoa. And if you absorb too much YouTube and are having problems sleeping, you might be more likely to feel anxious, depressed, or suicidal. Oh my God, Magnum. Be more likely to have psychotic episodes. Poor sleep can trigger mania, psychosis, or paranoia, or make existing symptoms worse. Who in their right mind would not want to go seek medical attention with symptoms like this? What are the warning signs of psychosis? Things around them seem changed in some way. YouTube, people are removing their videos. I leave my videos up. These people keep changing what videos they have on their channel. How's a man to keep track? How can I keep track if you keep removing your YouTube videos? How can I go to the authorities with your videos if you keep removing them? I gotta drink some more. My throat, man. Okay. It's cold enough for me to do a Scott Del Fuego. 4 gulps, 7 bubbles. I'll be good. Now remember, this is only 5 calamansi and 6 or 7 seeds. The man with the psychotic break, he'll claim those seeds broke the fast because he's got very possible psychotic break issues. To the great Scott Del Fuego. 4 gulps, 7 bubbles. Been doing this for 5 years now. You believe that? Because Scott and I have been friends for a very long time. Scott made up the expression 4 gulps, 7 bubbles, and I try to abide by the Del Fuego rule system. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Scott Del Fuego. 4 gulps, 7 bubbles. On my mark. Mark. Now I should have said, got you guys ready. 1, 2, 3, then mark. Then I will do the 4 gulps and 7 bubbles. Ready? I forgot to say 1, 2, 3, mark. 1, 2, 3, mark. It's cold. It's really cold. It froze my larynx. Froze my freaking larynx. Wow. So let's go back to warning signs of psychosis. Rapid speech that is difficult to interpret. Oh, God. Oh, my God, Magnum. Who does that? Irrational statement. Oh, my God, Magnum. Irrational statements. Here's a big one, folks. This is a candle burning ceremony shout out. Oh my God, Magnum. Extreme preoccupation with religion or with the occult. Usually this is a change in the person. Like if someone is praying to the god of karma. Lady Karma. Lady Karma. Put bubblegums behind bars, Lady Karma. That's what this statement says. Boy, who is this? And I will tell you who it is. It's all narcissistic personality disorder people. Every one of them have all of these signs. No one has less. Some people have them in varying degrees, but they have, all of them have this. And the last, peculiar use of words or odd language. Like, for instance, when people say fate or faith, because they, in their brain, it's almost the same thing. That's a Jack Thompson thing, but you don't know what that is, though, because you don't know Jack Thompson like I know Jack Thompson. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this link out, and I'm going to go to channel content. I'm going to put this link in the description box. And then I'm going to put the link in, whoa, it's like one of those 463 character links. Wow. Okay. 5 stages of psychosis. Let's put that at the top of the link. Let's go back to the description box. Hey, I can't show you what's on my page because yesterday, I will tell you, somebody made a big statement, and it's being analyzed. So here is the link in the description box. And now I'm going to cut this link out. I'm going to copy this link. And then I'm going to save it. Then I'm going to turn the camera around because you can't see the video that is going through several final stages. And then, hopefully to the authorities, water fast only, 20 days. All right, so Philip. Okay. On this screen, if you guys, Dennis Adam is in here for the thumbs up requests. Let's go for a thumbs up. Okay, I push the number 8 thumbs up. I always push the thumbs up for myself because the man with the psychotic break always pushes the thumb down. We have to counteract his psychotic episodes. He only does negative stuff. So I know there's 1 thumbs down. So my thumbs up balances out. Boy, that guy is a trip, yeah? No one is seeing the comments yet, Philip, but if there's a name, I'm sure you did not put a name attached to it. If there's a name attached, oh, you are telling me what those medicines were. Okay, but no names. Just the name of the medicine is fine, but don't attach a name to the medicine. I'm gonna do another Del Fuego right now in front of everybody. 2 Del Fuegos, 1 Del Fuego, 2 Del Fuegos. I forgot to say 1, 2, 3. Del Fuego. I mean 1, 2, 3, 4 gulps and 7 bubbles. Yeah, baby. Look, I'm eating a seed. Psychotic break, man. Look, see the seed? Now you see the seed? Now you don't. Did I break my fast, psychotic break, man? You're a trip, dude. You should learn to enjoy what's left of your life. Just saying. Living in a little tiny room with a view of nothing but bubble gums. Not much of a life. Does anybody know what YouTube is? Philip Janik is commenting here. Let's take a look. I'll tell you what, flying circus. Pasalubang. Okay, Nanai does not know what YouTube is. Although the barangay captain tried to tell her what YouTube was, and she said, yeah, okay, pasalubang. Because pasalubang is a Filipino word. She understands that. She understands that I'm giving her pasalubang. Did she understand that my subscribers were giving her pasalubang? That I don't know, because it was explained to her, but she doesn't know what YouTube is. So she really doesn't know what it is or where it came from. But we know, and that's all that's really important. Pasalubang is free stuff. That's the first word you're going to learn when you come to the Philippines. Some people self-medicate with the wrong medicine, like Xanax. Now, you see now, I know that only because Benzo Bob, his name is. I don't know if he's still on YouTube. He talked about that stuff day after day after day after day after day after day for years. Let's go up here and see if Benzo Bob is still on YouTube. I think that was the name of his channel. I don't even know how to spell benzo. B-E-N-Zo. Benzo Bob. I don't know if I spelled it right. I don't know how to spell that stuff. I know who does. I don't think. I have to mute the microphone so I don't hear somebody else's video. But you know what? Hold on a minute. it wasn't the same guy. He might have this man talked about him, and I became friends on YouTube in 2010. And he tried to explain to me what benzos were, but I don't do them. I never saw them. I didn't know what they did, and I didn't care. But I watched his videos because back in 2010, there weren't a lot of people on YouTube. And every day he made a video about his problem, his addiction. Every day, went on every day. It got to the point where you could miss 4 or 5 shows and he was still talking. It was like a soap opera. So I don't know. We lost track somewhere. I don't want to watch that. I don't watch videos about. I watched some videos about politics in Africa the other day because they are upset with France and America, and they want reparations for 400 years of American and France theft from the country, mineral resources and diamonds and gold from Africa. They want 400 years of reparations, or they want the Americans and the Africans out. Now, I also watched some news yesterday, which was interesting. I'll go to the comments. No more comments, okay. The comments. Philip Janik, thank you for the... Yeah, some people chip away at a Xanax thing, whatever that they are. They don't take the whole thing. They take a chip. Some people. Only for sleeping. Only to help me sleep. Wasn't that one of the symptoms of possible psychotic breaks? I think it was. I'm not really that interested. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to have some more water. I'm thirsty. I'm drinking 5 liters. This is very close to a liter, this bottle. Not quite. I'm drinking 5 liters a day of water. No food, nothing, 0 food. And to the psychotic break guy, why do you have such a... Well, okay, so I heard the psychotic break guy yesterday. This is what he said about my fast. He's eating food. I know he's eating food. And that, my friends, quantifies as a psychotic break. Because it's delusional and it's hallucinogenic. He's not seen me eat food. No one has seen me eat food. I haven't eaten any food, but he knows I've eaten food. That is psychotic break. It's inside the parameters of 5 possible psychotic break syndromes. I know he's eating food. Psychotic break. He can't go for 20 days without eating, 17 days. He can't go without eating food. He would die. Psychotic break. He doesn't have the willpower to not eat. Psychotic break. He can't do it. His body will go into shock. Psychotic break. If he will get dizzy and fall down on his poorly constructed ladder. Psychotic break. He will not be able to do it because his body needs supplements that he's not getting from the fat. Psychotic break. 20 days. Nobody has a problem. No doctor has a problem with 20 days of water fasting unless you have other issues. So when I went to see my doctor, which is in this video, the doctor visit, I haven't taken this medicine, losartan. I haven't taken this medicine, and I stopped it 3 days before the fast because my blood pressure was 185 over 139, and that was with taking the medicine. The doctor said, this is no good. This is no good. You need, what are you eating? So I told him I was doing the carnivore diet. He said, what are you eating? This is 2 months ago. I said, I'm eating pork. He said, with the fat? I said, of course. He said, no fat. Meat only. And get off that diet. So I said, he asked me what else. I said, eggs. How many eggs? About 8 or 10 eggs a day. Sometimes 12. If I don't have the meat, I have 12 eggs. No. The doctor went, no. He went, he had a psychotic break. No, you have to, could only eat, I think he said the whites. I was eating everything. Hard boiled, scrambled, fried, and coconut oil. No eggs. No egg yolks. I said, what should I do with the egg? Give them to the dogs. Get rid of the egg yolks. So I said to myself, this is going to limit me to just raw pork, no fat, fried in coconut oil or broiled. I'm not doing that. I'm just going to lose the weight. He goes, yeah, lose the weight. So that was 2 months ago. But then it took me 40 days to decide to put my mind to it. It took 40 days. It took 40 days for me to say, you've done this twice before for 10 days. It hurts a lot. It's psychologically, mentally challenging because you want to eat food for the first 6 days. You want to eat food. And your body still craves food. On the 4th day, you're still wanting food, craving it. After 6 days, you could do without food, but you still think about food. And every time I go past food, even now on day 20, well, I don't have any food in the house, but even now on day 20, I think about food. In fact, I might disown and defriend John Blaze because if he keeps putting those damn beef stroganoff and mozzarella and cheese casseroles with peach cobbler and saying, Fazio, this is for you, I might have to eliminate him from my Skype and my email address. I'll just delete his entire email address completely. I don't have to watch your food videos with my name in the title. That's just wrong, John. You know that. By the way, John, look in your mail. Not from me, though. You have a message from a very famous person. Very famous person, John. So, Philip Janik. Okay, so Philip has a big understanding of this medical. Philip has other skill sets besides being a real man, which Philip is for sure. Lib. All right, I can't see it. Hold on. You know what I got to do? I got to spit on my glasses a little bit. Hold on. Let me spit. A little spittle. Oh, God, that was... Poof. That's a hanger. Okay. I'm almost ready. Philip Janik. My eyelashes have oil on them. Apparently, my eyelashes touch the glass. Librium. Ativan, Ativan. All right, Librium, Ativan, Valium, Colotopin, and Xanax are all benzodiazepine family drugs. Okay, well, I've heard of Xanax. I've heard of Valium, and I've heard of benzodiazepine family, but I would not know how to spell it. Thank you, Philip. High BP, losartan, high blood pressure, yes. So when the doctor said, no more eggs, no, he said, if you're going to eat eggs, only eat the white. I'm not throwing out the yellow part. That yellow part is the only part I like. So I'm not going to waste that. I mean, it wouldn't go to waste. I don't know what I would do with it. Give it to the chickens. They're not my chickens. And they would eat it, but I'm not going to do that. So I just stopped eating eggs. And then the pork, he said, how much fat? I said, it's lean pork, 15, 20%, because now lean pork has 15 to 20% fat. They've changed and they kept the price the same. It was about 5%, then they went up to 10%, now it's 15+% for lean pork. And what they do is they wrap the fat inside, like when I used to buy it, I'd buy a 6-kilo piece of pork, the whole pork. A big hog has a big piece of pork. They wrap the meat around the fat's on the inside. You don't even see it till you get home. And they're cute about it too. Like I'll tell them, give me there's 3 kilos to a bag, sometimes 4. I'll tell them, give me 6 bags. So that's 25 pounds of pork. So of that 25 pounds, there's 3.5 to 4 pounds of fat on the outside of the pork. And I was frying it up, baby. I cut it up into little chunks. You guys want to taste something that's delicious? I'm not recommending that you eat pork fat, but if you have to eat pork fat, you can take the pork fat off the pork first and chop it into about 1/2-inch chunks, 5/8 chunks, like that big. I'm not kidding. Now those chunks could be pieces, flat pieces, but whatever that size is, try to keep them all the same because they cook evenly, okay? You take those pork chunks, you put them in a Tupperware container, and you spritz soy sauce or salt on those chunks, and you mix it around. Let it set 1/2 an hour. The salt will go right into the pork. The pork absorbs the salt or the soy sauce like a sponge. And then, before you fry up your pork, fry up 15 or 20 pieces of those cubes. Get them good and crisp, brown. They're like till a golden brown, and they're just on the borderline of getting crispy, dark, too overcooked. Take them out. And if you're not a real man, put them on a napkin. But if you're a real man, just put them on a plate and enjoy the grease that drips out of them. Not that I would suggest that. Those pork, we call it candy in the food industry. Those pieces of pork, that is a legitimate way to cook pork fat. Not the rind so much, or the skin. The skin could be part of it, but the pork fat. And when it gets to that golden brown, really, really, really crispy, and where you put it in your mouth and it crunches, that's what we call popcorn pork. Because it's crisp like popcorn. It's about the size of a popcorn, but it tastes way better than the pork that you're about to eat. Then you fry up your pork. It's like an appetizer. And you could put it to the side, and then you could have it as you eat dinner, you could take one piece of pork and one piece of popcorn pork. That's so the doctor said to me, how much pork? About, I buy 25 kilos and I get about 2.5 kilos of fat. He goes, what do you do with the fat? I said, I eat it. No. So then I said, well, if I fry up the fat, maybe that will bring my blood pressure down because some of the fat is out. No, that didn't work either. My blood pressure went up because I kept eating fat. The next time I went to the doctor in June, he said, are you still eating pork? I said, yeah. He goes, still the fat? I said, yeah, but I fry it up. He goes, no. You don't understand. No fat. So I said, just the meat? And he said, yeah. And what am I going to do with the fat? He goes, I don't care what you do with the fat. Fry it up for the dogs. No fat. Your blood pressure is 185 over 139. You got to lose the weight. So it took me from June to August 13th to decide to lose the weight. When I went in, I had taken the medicine the night before. And the medicine, even with the medicine, my blood pressure was 185 over 139. Now, the doctor freaked out, man. He just freaked out. He goes, it's going up, Michael. He has my chart. It's going up. It's not going down. You got to change your diet. So I did. And so when I went that last week, I said, what? No nausea. He asked me, are there any side effects? I said, no nausea, no headaches, no dizziness, no weakness. He said, well, if that's the case, then I told him it was 17 days. He said, he made an appointment for me in 1 more month. He said, come back in 1 month. Just confirm the appointment that's in the schedule. So I said, okay, so that's it. I'll go back in a month. I said, so just just water only, it's okay? He said, yes. As long as you don't have any side effects, it's not, and this is a doctor. And then I gave him his oranges. After they treat me so well, the doctors, they are great doctors. Every time I go by the hospital, whether I'm going into the hospital or not, and I'll tell you, we're going to talk about food prices now. Whether I'm going into the hospital or not, about a half a block away is where I get my gigaloads. But they didn't have any gigaloads this week. Nobody had gigaloads. Nobody. Anywhere. They said, go to ICM. I said, that's like 6 kilometers away. ICM. But they don't know that ICM has a gigaload. They just tell you to go there. Which means more money, more time, and you don't know if you're going to get a load because no one had a load in Tagbilaran City yet. Nothing. Zero. So, about 5 months ago, I bought oranges. They were big. They were about, I don't know how to tell you how big they were. They were this size. They were as big as this flashlight. That's a big orange for the Philippines. And they were 8 oranges for 100 pesos, or 12.5 pesos each. They were 12.5 pesos each. Bring in the flashlight near this Samsung camera, just killed the feed. Anyway, so now that was 5 months ago. Then when I had my operation, there were 7 oranges for 100 pesos, which brings it up to about 14 pesos per orange. And they were smaller, so it went up more than just 10%. They were small, and there were only 7. And they were not sweet. Maybe they were not in season. They just weren't sweet. So I bought them anyway because I told the doctor every time I go past the hospital, you're getting oranges. So I'm looking at the chat, just jumped up. Nobody is allowed to say bad stuff in my chat about anybody. Thank you. I think Philip has a wrench, right? No, Philip needs a wrench. Hold on, Philip. Let me get you a wrench. If you see anything, and Philip, this is the way it works. If you see a comment that you don't like, you remove it. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it. I don't care, even if later on I look at the comment and say, well, that wasn't so bad. You're the moderator, you're the boss, you're the MO. So this week, when I went to buy oranges, the oranges were 6 oranges for 100 pesos. Now that is 17 pesos per orange. 6 times 7 is 42. That's 17 pesos per orange for 6 oranges. So that was 2 blocks from the hospital, right across from BQ Mall, because that's a high volume area. Getting on the jeepney to the various locations, the price is a little bit more because they have a cornered market. So I walked over to the hospital, and then on the way to the hospital, there's a lady I sometimes buy oranges from. They all know me. And she had oranges for 7 oranges, for the big ones, for 100 pesos. So I said, how about you give me a discount? I'll buy 3 bags. And she offered the 3 bags for 270 pesos. So she gave me a 10 peso difference. So you can ask, and the people in charge of the smaller food stands, you can barter and banter with them. But in big stores, the price is the price. And she knows me for years buying oranges. And Daisy and I used to buy our oranges and apples and pineapples from this lady. So I'm a customer for 5-6 years. So I brought the oranges in. The staff gets 1 bag. There's usually 5 people in the office. And then each doctor gets 1 bag. There's 2 doctors on duty at all times. Whether they did the operation or didn't do the operation, the doctors each get a bag, and they can do with the oranges what they want. They can take them home and give it to their family. They could give it to the staff. It's up to them what they do. It's their oranges. It's like the man who has the psychotic break. He collected Super Chat in August to give to some needy people in December. And then he used that money and made note that he used it on food in Cebu. Well, he's allowed to do that. You have no control over what people use the Super Chat for. I am the only person that showed you with my lists who gave what, and I thank you for it. So I'm the only person on YouTube that kept it accurate. And I will tell you, the psychotic break fella, I'm going to tell you how much he collected when he started asking for donations, and he's allowed to do that too. I kept track at $575 US. So that's about, in today's market, 33,000 pesos. So he collected 33,000 pesos. He wanted 25,000 pesos, and then he was going to give it to some people around Christmas time. But he didn't mention that this week at all. What he did was he said he gave. No video necessary. He gave some poor man 500p and another woman some other money. We don't know that that's true. Nobody knows that's true without a video. He wants a video of me giving that guy the money. He wants a video of me buying a picture, but you have to take his word, which is another factor of psychotic episodes. Let's go through that again. I'll read the comments. Bill Smith. Hey, Mike. Hey, Bill. Thank you for stopping by and putting in the notice with the @ sign before my name, which makes it orange, which makes it easy to see. Thank you, Bill. Philip Janik, I would recommend a teaspoon of curry powder in the juice or water to reduce the blood pressure. All right, well, I'll get that. I've heard curry powder is a good thing. I have no problem with that. Coffee House, hello host, thumbs up from Coffee House. Always gives a thumbs up. So let's go to the man who changed his mind and possibly lost cognitive reasoning when he said he was giving money, collecting money for the locals, and then spent it on food at SNR, which is legal. It's okay he did that. The part that's probably not on the up and up is the duplistic nature of the statement. He's a very duplistic personal, and that is part of a psychotic break. What is a psychotic episode? There may be changes. It's the first one. The way there may be changes in the way some people describe their feelings. I'm going to collect super chat for my Christmas flock, but then I'm going to change that. I'm going to spend it on food at SNR. It's his prerogative. It's his money. He can do that. What is the second stage of psychotic behavior? I don't know what these words. Prodrome phase, acute phase, and recovery phase. I don't think there's the possibility of a recovery phase for this particular psychotic student of psychotics, whatever they call that. Okay, so now, where is the 5 stages? Where are the 5 stages? People, what is psychotic break? What is this? Oh, this is a chart. Okay. All right. All right. What are the levels of a psychotic episode? What are stages? We did that one. What are levels of a psychotic episode? Highly individual experience. A psychotic episode progresses through 3 distinct stages. We discussed it's this guy does videos, whatever his videos are. You got to go see him. I'm not going to watch that. How does psychosis usually start? A person has gradual, non-specific stages or changes in thoughts and perceptions, but doesn't understand what's going on. Like if I said I was going to collect 25,000 pesos from my flock, and a week later, I told my flock I was going to spend it on food for my family, there might be a disconnect there. Next. Can psychosis be cured? Now, this one, everybody should pay attention. For many people, there is no quick or simple treatment for psychosis. With the right support, it is possible to manage the symptoms of psychosis and recovery. This does not mean the experience of psychosis will go away entirely. You may still experience symptoms after the treatment. Well, if there's no treatment, then if there's no treatment, like 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 no, and nobody is around. Nobody is around to help. Nobody understands. I don't understand the medical ramifications of how to fix NPD, narcissistic personality disorder, because experts will say there is no cure. So if there's no assistance and no people and no loved ones helping you, the psychotic episodes can go away or they can get worse. We all know this. This is... We've seen it get worse, so that's half the battle. I don't have to prove anything to my flock, my audience. Let's go back to the... Oh, boy, I see colors on my screen. Oh, my goodness. Oh, God. Ooh, oh, my God, Magnum. Oh my God, Magnum. Philip Janik. Michael Fazio is a stand-up guy. All right, so Philip Janik, he knows treatment but no actual cure. So we got to sing a song. Sigma males in the house, baby. So what denotes a sigma male? So first of all, alpha male, that would be me. Alpha male are people that make decisions, buy things, form businesses, corporations, run the business, the corporation, order the supplies for the equipment. That's alpha. But they have a tendency to, sometimes somebody can slightly trigger them. That's alpha male. Sigma males, they don't get triggered. Philip Janik is a sigma male. I've seen Philip in a live stream, very calm, well, smooth demeanor. And I've seen Mick Fisher, sigma male. Scott Del Fuego, sigma male. Louis Pagan-Ponce, sigma male. Not me, though. I'm just an alpha male at the bottom of the sigma male pile. So sigma males don't have a propensity to get upset if you say something rash to them, but alpha males might. So we'll have to sing a song. Philip Janik is a sigma male. Scott Del Fuego is a sigma male. The Mick Fisher is a sigma male. And so is Philip Janik, a top shelf sigma male. They don't get upset. They listen to the conversation. They assess what's going on, and they give their observation. That is Philip Janik, Mick Fisher, Scott Del Fuego, not Michael Fazio. Thank you for the super chat. Louis Pagan-Ponce is also in that category. Yes, thank you very much, Philip. You guys like my songs. Feelings. I should ask for a. I wanted to do. Wipeout, the song Wipeout. You guys had to be around for that song, Wipeout. It came out in like 1962. All right, so I want to make a notification. Aloe De Winter just went live with the Go-Go Bobo. It's a premiere. If you want to go see him, he's on. It's a premiere of Go-Go Bobo, not Go-Go Bobo's sister. Go-Go Bobo. It's a premiere. But I think I'm going to end the show anyway, because I don't really have much else to talk about other than I'm going to get some water. I'm thirsty like you wouldn't believe. My God. I drank two liters so far. And let's go. I'll let you read about psychotic episodes. What are the stages? I don't like that one. That one's too deep. All right. The best treatment. Oh, being that there is no rational, guaranteed 100% treatment, you should read that, because I've been told this by Scott Del Fuego, Louis Pagan-Ponce, many people that have studied psychology write books about this. There is no cure. There is help. But no cure. Oh boy, let's see what we got here. You know, we have no water either. There hasn't been water since yesterday morning. Nothing. Not out of the hose bib. Zero. Not even like 100 drops. So now I have to sparingly wash my hands with stored water. And I'm not happy about that, actually. I'm just not happy about that. Because we pay for a water service here. This area just has low water pressure. And there's 50 houses that are not getting water right now, today. So I washed my hands. I'll go get a bottle of water. Uh-oh. It's all frozen. Oh, man. It's all frozen. Okay. So the bottom bottles get frozen, the top bottles. The bottom bottles have been in since yesterday. All right, I'll be back in about 30 seconds. I'm trying to get the top off this frozen water bottle. Which don't come off so easy when it's frozen. I almost had to call in. I almost had to call in my woman to get the top off, because you know how I am with plastic tops on things. I have to get assistance. So let's go back. I think I'll go back and right now, and let's talk about this. Yeah. See, I got frozen water. Now this I won't be able to drink for a while. Nothing. Zero. Apparently I forgot to put calamansi in here. I don't like that. I'll just go. I'll live with it. I'm tough like that. So that top would not come off. I almost had to call in my woman to get the. Now that would be a psychotic break. If I said I'm going to call in my woman, I don't have a woman. I don't even want a woman. That's just more time that I really don't want to devote to that effort. So if I said I got to get my woman to help me take the top off, that would be a psychotic break. And I said it for the guy, the psychotic break guy, to stimulate his thought process. Not trigger, stimulate. In case he wasn't paying attention. Pay attention, psychotic break guy. Batman, just remember. Batman. Remember Batman. He was my favorite cartoon character. Well, let's go back over here. Gogo was I didn't like Gogo. I never liked Gogo. He was a sarcastic. Look, if you want to be sarcastic, you got to show me something that allows you to be sarcastic. Otherwise, I'm not interested. You cannot be like the psychotic break guy. What has he ever done in life? Well, just a random question. You guys couldn't come up with, has he ever showed you a motorcycle ride that he rode on? Or a car that he drove? I mean, anybody can stand in front of a car and say, that was my car. What has he ever shown us? That's a legitimate question. You guys can answer that. He showed us, he didn't show us. Now, about 3 years ago, he walked to the beach. That was nice. But that stuff ended with another possible psychotic episode of paranoia. Walking to the beach had to end because the man who attacked me said he was going to see the man who sent the man who attacked me. And once the man who attacked me said he was going to see the man who sent him to attack me, the man who sent him to attack me no longer left the house from that day forward. And in fact ordered some gym equipment so he could do all his exercise in the house. So he would never have to go much further than about 25 feet from the famous picture on the wall. I don't know, that's another possible psychotic Hintergedanke. Allo would know what a Hintergedanke is. If Allo was here, Allo, explain Hintergedanke. It's a German word. It's a psychological word, a real word, a Hintergedanke. It's used in the Germanic and also Latin tongue for a certain thought process. So if anybody knows what a Hinta, Hinta, G-A, Danke, D-A-N-K-A, Hinta Gedanke. Somebody could throw that up on the screen. Be a participating officer. Unless somebody knows it. And there might even be somebody that knows it. Okay, Mike. Oh, Mike says, Wipeout. That was a good song. We could play that. No, we can't. You guys just go to the song. I remember when that song came out. In fact, my friend Tom Austin, whatever year that was, Mr. Austin, Al Austin, was a cavalry police officer in the New York City Police Department. So that was his job. And he was a higher up. I don't remember what he was. Could have been sergeant, could have been more than a sergeant. But it was in Brooklyn, at Brooklyn Botanical Gardens, if I remember correctly. So that song came out, and Mr. Austin had just bought. Tom was my friend, who would be 67 now. Margie would be 69. Sandy was the oldest sister. He had just bought Sandy like an 18-foot runabout with a 35-horse Evinrude on it. And Tom was a little upset that he didn't get a boat. And Al, Mr. Austin, he bought Tom, like, I don't know, 7 feet, 8 feet plywood dinghy, and with a 5-horse Evinrude. If it was even 5-horse, could have been 3-horse. And we named it, well, he named it. Mr. Austin named it Wipeout. And then they named Sandy's boat Wipeout. So there was Wipeout 1 and 2. Margie, she was boatless, Margie. But Margie was never a real participant in, she would go to the beach with us, and she would swim, and she was a really good swimmer because she floated. She was a little bit zaftig. And Margie, but she did not, when we would go home, we would be listening to, like, Sandy was very big into the Beatles. So we would be listening to the early, from the 1960, 61, 62, like, I Want to Hold Your Hand. That was a big thing. And then that song Wipeout came out after that, before that. I don't know the timeline. But when the song came out, the boats were already in back of the house, and they named the boats Wipeout. So that's always a fond memory. I got it. And this is how I do this, okay? So we had a top that I was able to get off without female assistance, because these plastic tops, they could be confusing. You know, in Led Zeppelin, the most famous song in the world, the Immigrant Song, there are 2 paths you can go down. But in the long run, you have to choose the road you're on. Same thing with these bottle caps. Some of these bottle caps are childproof. They go in the opposite direction. Or some of them are snapped on to the top of the plastic container. You need female assistance. That's true. I saw that happen a few weeks ago. A man was not capable. Well, a man, I use these words loosely. I don't want you to take this stuff to heart. A man was not capable of getting the top off of a container, a 1-gallon container. And that man, I give up. And he called his most cherished friend in life, can you get this top off for me? And 30 or 40 seconds later, she popped the top. Because she looked at it, methodically observed possibilities. You put a wedge under the top and you turn the wedge on a 45-degree angle, and the top pops off the container. But the man was in the middle, possibly in the middle, maybe in the middle of a psychotic episode, and he couldn't figure out how to get the top off the container. I felt sorry for him on that particular day because he's such a great man on YouTube. He's one of the more famous men on YouTube. He's a very great, he's not quite as great as John Travolta or Nick Nolte, somebody like that, or Sylvester Stallone. He's not that great, and he's not a member of Scientology because they wouldn't have him. You got to have a certain IQ to get into that. I don't think that would happen. I mean, they might even have. He might have been training for an entrance exam into Scientology, and they said, let's see how he reacts to a 1-gallon can with a plastic lid on it. And they were sitting there watching, and then when he fell, they said no. It would be the same if he was up for accreditation in the Masons. He would get blackballed. That's where the term blackball comes from. It has a little bit of lime in here. He would get blackballed. If you know, does anybody know what blackballing in the Masons, besides Mike Dowdy? But Mike, you can post it if you want, because Mike Dowdy knows about Masonry because his dad's a Mason. But I doubt his dad gave him any secrets of the Mason, the secret hand signs that Donald Trump uses secret hand signs all the time. I look at Donald Trump and I look at the hand signs. That guy's a master Mason. They say he's not, but he is. There's nobody knows the hand signs that Donald Trump knows without somebody teaching him the hand signs. And in Masonry, nobody is going to teach you the hand signs that Donald Trump uses. Nobody. Nobody will break the code because there's a code of honor to become a Mason. Somebody taught him those hand signs, or some people wish to remain anonymous Masons. But Donald Trump knows the hand signs. The most obvious are on YouTube, but the ones that are not so obvious, just looks like he's talking with Donnie Tynahands. That's what it looks like. Jimmy Dore, Donnie Tynahands. Why do you think he's always moving his hands? He's giving you hand signs. Okay, we can get 4 gulps, 7 bubbles out of this. All right, so this is for the Delphi, the Delphi, and this is ice. Notice that's ice, baby. I don't know that I'm going to get 4 gulps. I'm going to go for it though. I'm going for the gulps. Ready? When I say 1, 2, 3, 4 gulps, 7 bubbles, that's when the challenge of 4 gulps, 7. But my throat might freeze up. I might freeze up. It freezes up your body. Your brain needs time to react. And being that it's going straight to your throat, the nerves are going straight to your brain. It could stifle your existence for about 15 seconds. Ready? 1, 2, 3. What was I going to say? Ice bubbles. Ice bubbles. Well, you know what? To the men and women who have psychotic breaks, may all of your psychotic breaks be small. Oh, well, that was a good one. Oh God, well, that was. May all of your psychotic breaks be small. Oh yeah, baby, that deserved a bang. That deserved the bang. That deserved the bang. For he's a jolly good banger. For he's a jolly good banger. For he's a jolly good banger. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Ice bubbles. 4 gulps, 7 bubbles. Oh, I didn't do it. I got 3 because it was my mouth, my lips froze up and it started dripping. I'll get it this time. I have confidence. I have confidence in my willpower to get 4. Now that my throat is primed up and about 27 degrees Fahrenheit, I think I can do it. Ready? We're gonna get in close. I'm gonna put the goggles on in case water spills into my upper, because in case I have a spasm from the ice. This ain't no joke. This ain't no party. This ain't no disco. This ain't no fooling around. This is ice, baby. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4 ice gulps. Well, it was 4 gulps, but I don't think you saw any bubbles. I tried. Maybe if I got a $500 super chat, I could really freeze my throat up and make a fool out of myself for a $500 super chat. I'll do that for you. I'll go in. I'll take one for the Gipper. But right now, that froze up my throat. You know what that reminds me of, right? I got a story. Brain freeze. So there was a guy I did a job for in Plantation Key, right? With the governor of Florida. Okay, so there's a block in Plantation Key. It might even be Plantation Road. It's a long block. It goes to a point, a peninsula on the ocean. And at the end house, there's a huge mansion. You could look this up. The governor's mansion in the Florida Keys, Plantation Key, mayor, dignitaries. There's a large house. And then there's a contingent of Secret Service. Always. The governor's mansion is at the end, and to the left of that house is a concrete house with about a certain amount of agents sleep there day and night, and then agents sleep in the governor's house. I know you don't believe me, so I'll get the link. Because you guys, we have a man who had a psychotic break this week. He won't believe it. So let's go here. He's not going to believe that I actually worked there. And I could even show you my job if it's on Google Earth, but I don't know that I would do that, because then I would give, come on. I'm clicking this and it's going, I'm clicking this and it's going that. Okay? Let's go Plantation Key. Yeah, that's true. Plantation Key. Plantation. Plantation Key. Governor. Vacation. It might not be here because it might be unlisted. Okay? Governor's vacation home. Okay? Now, okay, here it is. Governor's retreat. I worked here. I did a big job on this property. Big job. In fact, it was so big, I had to get clearance. So, this is the one of Key West. Okay, that's not it. You know, I put in Plantation Key, but that's not it. Plantation Key Colony Vacation Rentals. Okay, they're not going to put this governor's retreat there. They're not going to put it on YouTube. Let's talk about on Plantation Road. PLANTATIONROAD. I am pretty sure that's the road it was on, or drive. .417 Plantation Road. It's located on a cul-de-sac. That's true. It's right at the end of the street. No, that's not it. 2-bedroom, 1-bath cabin rests on approximately 6 acres. No, this is not it. Okay, well, it's so secret. Only the Secret Service know where it is. But I worked for a pilot next door, but then they hired me to do some grading on the governor's property, mansion, because I was a licensed contractor. They vetted me, and the Secret Service, they carried I don't know much about guns, but they had automatic weapons. So they stayed there all the time. They wouldn't, and they even let me work when the governor, the mayor of Miami, dignitaries would come. And I worked for the airline pilot for about, months. I worked there. I built a bathroom for him. I took out a bathroom for him. I put a new bathroom in. I did all of his landscaping. And he wanted privacy from the governor's mansion, not the other way around. The governor's mansion had a 6-foot wall around it. I have videos of that on my other channel. I have videos. So if the man with the psychotic break, if he doesn't believe me, he also doesn't believe why it's not working. Can't work, dude. Told you that a long time ago. The doctor said 6 months, do not do any kind of physical work. So I have to abide by what the doctors say. Not that I want to. What I really want to do is go visit some people on a dusty island in the Philippines. But that's out of the question. Wow. I caught a little. I feel cool. That cold water lowered my body temperature about 10 degrees. The little guy with the psychotic break syndrome, he's definitely going, drink more, drink it all. He's such an angry man. That's true. Let me go back to the video. I think I'll end it in a few minutes because actually I got up at about 5:15, I think it was, and what happened was last night I was recording and I was plotting. I was definitely plotting. And I was listening to the videos that needed to be recorded. I wonder if I could get, I bet you I could do that. I bet you I could get a map for that. Maps. I'll go to Google Maps. I don't want to. Here it is, right here. Plantation Key, Governor's Vacation. It's giving me maps of the Philippines. Oh, man. All right, let's go. Florida Keys. FL. That's why we're in a different country. Florida Keys map, Google. And then I'll be able to zoom in on it. Yep, here it is. All right, let's go. Let's look for the governor's mansion. So that the psychotic break fella doesn't call me a liar. I hate when he does that. It really affects his psychology to know that people have done things that he could never do himself. Okay, so let's open this up. Okay, we got to keep Tavernier in the picture. And then we're right over the bridge, about a half a mile over the bridge, is this Plantation Key. So you guys know I'm telling you the truth. Wow, they've changed it around quite a bit. This could be the area right here. Let's open this up. Wren Street, I kind of remember that name. There was no 7-Eleven there when I was there. Harbor Drive. This is the road, Harbor Drive. This is it right here. Okay, this is the governor's mansion. It's the whole end of this cul-de-sac, and they're not going to let me go. They're not giving it to us. Harbor Drive is it's this whole end here. It's this property plus this property. This is the governor's mansion or the governor's safe house, and this is the Secret Service safe house. That's a fact. Harbor Drive. I remember it. Okay, so it's in Harbor Drive, and it's right over the bridge. It's not far over the bridge. The bridge is about half a mile. So here's Creekside Inn, Alamorada, and then this is the 7-Eleven, which was never there before. So it's Harbor Drive. So I don't create stories from nothing. I have so many good stories. I got a story about a girl I dated for just one day, but my friend Jimmy and I, but I can't tell the story. You'd have to put $100 on the board right now, and I'll tell you a story about a girl that we met in a discotheque that you'll say is not true, but it doesn't matter what you say. I have the memory. I have the memory of the girl. I have the memory. Me and Jimmy. If Jimmy was still alive, Jimmy would remember this stuff. It's the kind of thing that happens once in a lifetime. So if I see $100 on my screen right now, $100, I'll tell you a story that will rock your world. You will never hear this on the internet. Nobody's ever done it in any video that I know about. Nobody's ever requested this particular thing done to them. Not under duress. Oh, she was very demanding what had to be done. But I got to make the video age restricted. You people don't know what it was like growing up in New York City. So let's close out that window. We don't need that window open anymore. Uh-oh. What happened there? See, this computer is giving me stuff I don't want. It's asking me if I want to join Alo's live stream, and I don't. One of those a week is enough. We got one more on the 8th. I gotta make plans for that one. That one was gonna be Alo is going in deep, so to speak, going in deep. Okay, so we're back to the chat. Good thing they don't have paint can lids, LOL. I have a brain freeze. My brain, my body, my upper body is cold right now. All kidding aside, I don't know if you see, I'm shaking from that cold water. That was that was ice. I was drinking ice chips, not chips of medicine chips, not that. I was drinking ice chips. To all viewers, thank you for all the thumbs up. Oh, we went from 10 to 18. Thank you, Dennis. Wow, you're still live. Hey, buddy. Alo just posted another video. If you want to go participate in the festivities with Alo's new premiere, feel free. Alo and I have big plans for the future, big plans. And by the way, anybody that's here now that thought Allo and I were having a feud, we were laughing so hard, both of us had tears in our eyes. And you don't have to believe that or not, but we were both crying. You have no idea how much fun it is talking to Allo, Scott, Louis Pagan Ponce, and a few others. They are like they grew up on the street in New York City. They have street smarts, banter, and humor. You can't rock their thinking because they already lived that type of lifestyle. However they lived, Scott was the deputy mayor of one of the biggest police departments in America, Scott Del Fuego. Louis has a position that makes the Giga Ego, would make the Giga Ego jealous, because we've never actually seen what the Giga Ego does, but I've seen Louis's workplace and his environment that he's in control of. Thousands of men, Louis Pagan Ponce, not hundreds, thousands. He indirectly controls it all, not personally. Louis Pagan Ponce. Dennis Adams is brilliant as well. He has probably a very, very high IQ. And Jack Thompson, he's got an engineering degree that allows him to build 6-story buildings with the plumbing and the electric. So my friends, they have very smarts. And some of my friends, when we have banter back and forth, you would not understand how fast it goes back and forth. We even do it in chat so that we can keep track of it. And it's just hilarious. So Allo and I never had a fight, and we're never going to have a fight. And if we do have a fight, I guarantee you will never hear about it. Because neither one of us are that type of people. So anybody saying Allo's going to betray Fazio, Michael Thomas Fazio, you know what? I don't care, number one. And number two, it'll never happen. So you trying to put a hint of Gadunka in the back of my brain, a little bit of fear and paranoia. It's your fear and paranoia. It's your projection of fear and paranoia, what the great Allo de Winter would do to you. He would, and what he's got planned. He's got big plans. He won't tell me what they are, but he's got big plans. Allo de Winter. Any of my mods want to put his link up, feel free to do so. He is my friend for life. He's helped me understand the Philippines law more than anybody else ever. He's never betrayed a single word I've said, or vice versa. Allo de Winter will never do that. He'll never do it. And if he does, I would be surprised. I would be surprised. But we have people. You give them 100 emails they send to you. Just tell me this. I'll keep it to myself. You can't give that particular man any information. He blurts it out 3 days later because he forgot two things. He forgot where he got the information, psychotic break, and he forgot who gave it to him, psychotic break. And he won't remember when you tell him that you gave him the information, psychotic break, which goes back to one. He won't remember it. He told me, you just give me the name of the fake Frank channel. And I said, why would I do that? We're friends. We're not friends. I said, that's a psychotic break. We're not friends. You give it to me, and I'll give you information. I don't want your information. I don't care. I would never rat out a friend for an unknown, and he is an already known, not friend. I would never betray. Even if I had an argument, go ask the Philippines fake channel if I ever betrayed them in any way, shape, or form. They'll say no, because I wouldn't do that. And I don't ask them for personal information. I might one day, but there are people on here that I know who they are, that psychotic break guy, he wants those names. He needs those names. Like that movie with Tom Hanks or whatever, Top Gun, whatever, it's Full Metal Jacket, or you need me on the wall. You want me on the wall. He needs information so that he can dox people. That's his game. I will never give you any information, so stop asking. It'll never happen. Hundreds of emails asking for information over the course of years. If I Google his address, there are 100+ emails requesting who did this, who said that, what's this about. You're never going to get anything from him. I'm not a rat. I've seen people, we won't talk about that. Okay, so he's so nervous about ETP. He is. Oh, God. He may not be on the roster, but he's in the headlights. He really is a paranoid man. He really is. And well, he should be. Even though that's not exactly the genre that ETP does, they might decide to expand. And they might go from possible abuse of Filipinas or Filipinos. They might expand their channel to hate speech. Oh, if the channel gets expanded to hate speech, then it's going to allow 8 or 10 more people possible options. Pick a number, any number. They used to say that to me. Pick a number, any number. Where I had men that would come in late and I would let them go. And they would say, Fazio, did you ever fire anybody on this block? And I would say, yeah. You pick a block, any block. There's probably somebody watching that would probably laughing their butt off. Yeah, because if you came even 10 seconds late, I sent you home. And then you try again tomorrow. And if you don't learn tomorrow, you get 2 days off the next day. And on the third day, you get 4 days off. And on the fourth day, you get 6 days off. And then it's over. You're already 10 days behind with the weekend before and after your vacation. I don't put up with that stuff. But, yeah, let's go back to he's so nervous. All right, Dennis, Philip. Okay, let's take a look at that. I'll tell you if it's the house. It's a big house with a big boat cut in the back of the house. Dennis looked up the other. It's on the point of the property. It's on the very point. There's a rock jetty. Where is that? No. If it's not Harbor Drive, it's not the road. Well, thanks for trying, Dennis. No, I don't see it. I see the bridge. All right, let me go over here. Okay, let me move this map. There was? I don't know, Dennis. From looking at the map from today, from 2010, that was 23 years ago, or 15 years ago. Well, thanks for trying. I'll look it up later. I'll look up the video. I have video of the house with the Secret Service, but I don't have their weapons in the video. Thanks, Dennis. Morse Point. Now, this house was right on the point of Harbor Drive. I remember it was Harbor Drive because there was a lawyer named, I forgot the lawyer's name, right at the mouth of the street. I forgot the name of the lawyer. He was friends with one of my friends. I forgot the name. So anyway, let's go back here. Dennis, thank you for trying. This is something else. Okay. Switch. I know it's something else, but it has to be the point of the property. It can't be one house back. It has to be the two houses on the very point of the property. And I don't see that when I click the map. So I'll go back here again. We'll try it out. And it is on the ocean side. It's not here. Circle K is right there. Okay. It's not there. Hampton Inn, same name as it always was. The old highway, which is just a dirt road now. All right, well, I'll look for it on my other page, Dennis. Thank you for trying. If you want to take a screenshot of the house and send it to my mail, that would save a lot of time. Thank you. But I don't want to spend, nobody wants me to spend 20 minutes looking for the governor's mansion. But I believe that you think you found it, but I don't know where it is. So we're gonna end up this stream, and I'm gonna say thank you very much. Thank you for Nanai's super chat. Thank you for letting me make a portrait of Nanai's family, and thanks for stopping by. And that's it. And I caught a nice chill. I feel better now. I feel much better now. Before I was like shaking. I was like, you know, you get a brain freeze. My brain froze for a little bit. So thanks everybody for stopping by. I'll sing the song. Scott the Fuego, Michael Thomas, we're going off live now, Scott. I've been talking for 3 hours. It's now 20 days. My body is getting a little weak, and I got a little shaky from drinking too much ice water too quick. Maybe too quick. Maybe not so quick, and still got a brain freeze. Boy, it was really cold, Scott. You would have enjoyed the moment. I'll leave this open for a minute. I got to fill up a couple of bottles of water. And man, this pot got garbage in it from under the sink. Man, these termites gave it termite dust, and now the dust is everywhere. What a pain in the neck these termites are. I gotta tell you, termites in the Philippines are a big problem, a really big problem. I just picked the pot up and turned it upside down and noticed there's probably about 200 pieces of termite dust in the pot that I can't do anything about because it's termite dust and it sticks to the pot. Now I'm trying to wash it out, and that ain't working. Jeez, living in the Philippines in a wooden shack, baby, in a shack. All kinds of bugs, lamuk, ants. We don't have so many ants, but termites we have many termites. It's a strange thing to see 10,000 termites chewing on a piece of plywood that you just bought 3 years ago. Very, very strange thing. It just cost you $22 plus the trip to the city to get the termite wood. Now you got to go buy another piece and install it. Termites are a big problem in the Philippines. Okay, let's say goodbye, officially say goodbye. I'm being permy, which means take care always. Now it's time to say goodbye to all my friends on YouTube. And the trolls have stayed off YouTube today because my moderators are great. They are great moderators. They don't let the trolls talk about other people with names. Philip Janik, Dennis Adams, Scott Del Fuego, Lewis Pagan Pounce. Thank you very much. And of course, I'm being Permy, which means take care always. And to the man who's having these psychotic episodes, what can I say, man? You're going to have a plethora of videos are going to be going out soon, and you'll be able to defend yourself naturally because they're your videos. And you know what? I could even tell you that there was one about 2 weeks ago that had your face in it, your channel name, and your URL, all recorded with a super screenshot capturing device. So you can't deny that it's you. It's right next to the tiny house. It's right next to the tiny house. Go review it. Oh, you did already, right? You took the video down. It's okay. We have a copy of it. I have a copy of it. The other fake Philippines channels, whoever they are, they have copies of it. Batman may even have possibly a copy of it. Yeah, you're going to be, they're going to make you famous. They're going to make you famous. It's what you want. You wanted to be famous until Expat Trash came on the scene, and then people started going to your channel, like the other guy, the Giga Ego, and then he took all his videos down. Like you took all your videos down too. All right, then I'm being Permy from the Philippines, baby, and of course, I'm being Permy means take care always. Bye-bye for now. I can't even see the mouse because of the sun. Mouse is on the screen, not the camera. I forget. I have such problems with remembering that I'm on the screen. I got other windows open in the background. I got people sending me messages, Batman, and several other major YouTubers. Some of them may even have the same names. I got all these people sending me messages. We got this. I got that. This is the timestamp for this. It doesn't matter. Probably never going to get used. But if it is, it's all categorized. And thank you very much, everybody, for sending me that information. I'm being Permy, which means take care always, from the Philippines, baby. And remember, if you have trouble opening up a paint can, there are videos on YouTube how to open up cans of paint on YouTube. Just Google, open up plastic lid paint cans. You're going to come up with 8 or 10 very, very informative and instructional videos that will be a lifesaver in your genre. I'm being Permy from the Philippines, baby. That's right. Oy vey and shalom from Rabbi Chewbacca in the Philippines, baby. Bye-bye for now.